Everyone, VJ's like 32 back again for another edition of What's on Deck. And let's see what's going on right now on Kickstarter to start off with. First of all, the Impressions Cardinal Edition and also the Green British Racing, whatever it's called, edition from Make Playing Cards is well funded. 32 days to go, plenty of time to get that. There's a new deck for collectible playing cards. It's called the Bicycle Cinema Playing Cards. It's 57% funded, 27 days to go. It's slowly getting there. It should fund, I think. It's very unique. Here you see the top case. It's pretty cool. Well, it's just pretty interesting. It does have a animation feature on the cards, which I'll show you right here. It is a one-way back design. I don't know if every back is just numbers on it or if these are just special cards, but I'm guessing that's the way it is. It's fine. It makes sense. It's fitting. The faces, you got the similar style film strip faces with very standard core cards. Pretty unique and interesting. And you get the same thing with the number cards. And you also get custom jokers, a little different than usual. So it's pretty cool. They're expected to be done by February, and of course they'll ship the backers at that time, so a couple of months will be done. That's better than most Kickstarter projects. Anyways, next up, we got the Rome Playing Cards from Midnight Cards, Randy Butterfield. It's funded, 5 days to go. Very nice decks. I think you should check out, of course. Bicycle Denim, multiple collectible cards, funded with 59 minutes to go. By the time this video is uploaded, it will be done. But you will be able to get them obviously on their website later on if you missed out. But it's pretty cool. It's just a special colored rider back basically. Code Deck from Very Hunter 25 is funded. 44 hours to go. You'll have to excuse me a little bit. I'm a little bit under the weather, I guess. Looks like I have a sinus cold or something. So I might sound a little bit weird. Lydian Playing Cards from Raziv Mongia is 10% funded, 18 days to go. Not looking too good at this rate. I just think it's a kind of deck that might have funded a couple of years ago on Kickstarter, but now it seems like it's just not quite up to par with some of the other decks. Next, we got My Lucky Playing Cards from Andre Garneau. 41% funded, 4 days to go. Not looking too good at this rate. Then we got another new one from Robert Tomlinson, aka Barclay Mountain. 52% funded, 17 days to go. It is the Armed Forces Playing Cards, which of course is done obviously to honor the armed forces in the US and launched on Veterans Day, so it's on Friday, which is Remembrance Day in Canada. It's got a nice back design with military insignia and different types of military people represented on the court cards. You also get this t-shirt box with t-shirt in it. It's just a really big tuck case, kind of cool. And that's that. Here's the tuck case itself. Apparently these will be shipped and delivered before Christmas. I'm not sure how that's going to happen for international customers. But it's a good gift for servicemen, obviously. I believe these are going to be produced. I'm not sure who's producing them, actually. I'm pretty sure it's WJ Printing in Asia, but I'm not 100% certain. It doesn't specify. I'll have to pose that question to him, but it is what it is. Next up, it's obviously not USPC anyways. Next up, we got Happy Playing Cards from Happy Cards. It's 25% funded, 52 days to go. Lots of time in that one. Not a big fan of it. It's only got 13 backers, but it does have lots of time. Apparently to be printed by USPC, even though it's only a $2,200 goal. Don't ask me how. That's possible. The back design is just well, it's an emoji, a face. The faces, as you can see right there, they're horrible. They're like Stickman and just look like they're just hand drawn by someone who has zero artistic ability. I mean, I could draw a Pip better than that. Not much better, but a little bit better. um, just to be fair. It's, I don't know. I don't think there's a whole lot of interest in it. It's just a weird little deck. I have no interest in it myself, anyways. I mean, look at this. This looks like it was drawn by a small child. And there's nothing wrong with that if it was, but it's not the high art that I'm used to seeing or getting or that I'm interested in. Jacks apparently have faces, heads, and people. It's a person within a face. Look at that. Weird. Queens have dogs. Are you referring to the queens as bitches in some sort of a weird way? Is I mean female dog, bitch? I don't think that's cool. And the kings have a female of wow, 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 very cool. Okay. And you get the jokers. Ironically, they're identical. Why not have two different jokers? I don't know. Each ace has its own personality. The spade is anime, however you pronounce that. Diamonds, milady. Hearts, My Little Pony. And clubs, furry animals. Okay. Tuck case is more weirdness. Yeah, let's move on. Next up, Gracia playing cards with gold foil by Empire Arts. 47% funded, 27 days to go. Plenty of time to fund. The back design is okay. It's not overly exciting, but it's not bad. I'm not sure why they have images with, squared corners on the cards, because that's obviously not what it's going to be. And it's not a realistic representation. It's just pictures they've thrown on there. They're gonna have 250 decks printed by a professional company. What the hell is a professional company? Who the hell is that? I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure it's MPC make playing cards, but I'm not 100% sure. Apparently there's inside tuck pointing, which I haven't seen from MPC. The faces, they're not very exciting at all. They look like the faces on their previous Arbor deck. I think that's what it was called. Card corners will be rounded, yes, so why don't they have that on these images? I don't know. The card cards are also not overly exciting to me. They're not horrible, but they're not great. And then you get the number cards with massive pips, which is fine. Just really, really massive. Here's the inside of the tuck case. Again, I don't know why they don't list who's printing them. It says right here that it's going to be printed by MPC. Ultra limited unbranded edition. Aha. So let's just make it seem like it's really special. Ultra limited unbranded edition. Special edition. Good grief. 16 euros for one deck. That seems really expensive. Definitely not something I'm interested in. And again, here it says unique and unusual design. It says here very rare because of limitation. Making it very limited doesn't make it necessarily valuable. Making it rare doesn't make it valuable. And doesn't make it so that people want it. Obviously, not a whole lot of people are interested in it at this rate. But anyways, let's move on. Minimal stack of point cards from Sam Watola is 38% funded, 5 days to go. Not looking to get at this rate. Titans Robber Baron Edition from Jody Eklund at Black King Cards is funded, 12 days to go. Recommend checking that one out, of course. Soccer City point cards from Eliz Iberica, I think that's how you pronounce it, is 30% funded, 21 days to go. Not sure that one's going to happen. Then we get the Vine Art playing cards from Shanice Chaba, aka Guru playing cards. It's 24% funded, 48 minutes to go by the time this video is uploaded. It will be done. It's not going to fund at this rate, unfortunately. However, the creator has vowed to self-fund these So be on the lookout for them in the future, maybe early next year, and I will keep you posted on that. Next up, we got Treble Deck of Playing Cards, first edition. It says a red limited edition by JD14. It's the Treble Clef deck. It's 55% funded, 41 days to go. Plenty of time for it to hit its funding goal. Here's the Ace of Spades. Pretty unique, I think. It's inspired by classical music. They even have a song on here. Apparently, it was originally conceived by a guy named John Johann Cho, but he suddenly stopped working on it for personal reasons. So this guy, JD14, decided to work on it himself. Here's the back design. It's pretty simple but elegant. Very nice. I like it. Apparently, there's some gaff cards. Court cards are very nice. Interesting. And they fit the theme. The Ace of Spades is pretty cool as well. The Jokers are pretty simple, but again, they fit with the theme. To be printed by Expert Playing Cards with a Damask finish. I love the Damask finish. It's a very nice stock. I find that those ones always handle very nicely, even after a fair amount of use. And possibly we'll have numbered serials. They're still discussing that. Apparently it's going to be marked. Some tutorial videos on using gaff cards and the marking system. All sorts of pretty cool stuff, I think. Apparently you can also get earbuds, a speaker, headphones. Kind of fits with a musical themed deck. The tuck case is really plain and boring though. But that is that. It's not actually bad. What's the price? $12 for one. That's a pretty good price. But apparently, that only ships to the U.S. So if you're outside the U.S., you got to pay $14 for one deck. I guess that's not a bad deal. $2 more. I want to know a little bit more about this creator though. Jin Hakim. Okay. Not so wise. He's a magician though. Not so why JD14. Is he 14? I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Mean Clowns by Tico Garza, like I kind of predicted, is not doing well at all. 18% funded, 13 days to go. I do not see it funding. And then there's, oh my lord, or I should say, oh my Atlanta, a Donald Trump deck by Graham Thomas, again, and again, and again. Nobody wants it. It's 3% funded, 13 days to go. This is a relaunch of like a relaunch already. It's kind of ridiculous. So looking for $50,000. $15,000. Good luck with that. $15 each. It's just not a good time to be putting out a Trump deck of cards, especially considering half of the United States is revolting against Donald Trump. Yes, he is the new president, but half of the country apparently does not agree with it and are not going to stand for it, apparently. Kanye's Club. Good grief. All sorts of court cards, all featuring Donald Trump. The back design is a one-way back design, which is not good, in my opinion. Unnecessary. They made the Joker Hillary Clinton. But yeah, it's not going to happen. Oh my word. And it's too expensive in my opinion as well. $15 each. Oh, thank you. Moving on here. You got the Joker and Thief Dystopia playing cards. It's 40% funded. It's 17 days to go. Not looking good at all. I am surprised it's not funded yet. It's a pretty cool deck of cards. I think people should check it out. Kingdoms of Erden by Tim Olinger is right exactly what I expected it to be. 48% funded, 10 days to go. Is it going to get that last little bit of funding? It's very likely, but it's possible. It's likely, but it could go anywhere, really. Then you got the History of Titanic playing cards from Barclay Mountain, Robert Tomlinson. It's 5 funded with 11 days to go. And again, it's a very nice deck to get if you're into history, or if you got the original Titanic decks. This is a good compliment to that, I think. And you should check it out. And he's a good guy, good creator, good seller. I got noises. Anyways, moving on here. Of course, there is the Apothecary of the First Color Changing Tuck Cases by Alexander Chin, Seasons Point Cards. It's funded, well funded, with 3 days to go. Of course, I recommend checking that one out as well. And that is it for Kickstarter. Now let's look at Indiegogo. There's a couple here to talk about. There's the Vigor Point Cards. It's 49% funded, 6 days to go. Not looking too good at this rate. And there is this Creepypasta Playing Cards, which is just weird. 4% funded, 18 days to go, has 0 chance of funding, in my opinion. Based on what I've seen in the history of playing cards on Indiegogo. And then there's Strain Wars Playing Cards. Again, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I apologize for the language, but it's currently 0% funded, 31 days to go. This guy just does not know when to quit. I mean, he couldn't even get a few $100s on Kickstarter. He thinks he's going to get funded on Indiegogo. He's been trying this back. He's looking for $3,000. This Jason Shepard guy. Ain't going to happen, especially on Indiegogo. He couldn't get a few $100, $500 on Kickstarter. How the hell does he think he's going to get $3,000 at Indiegogo? If he hasn't gotten it through his thick-ass head yet, nobody is interested in this crap. It's just not good. It's not a good-looking deck. It's a game that nobody's interested. If there is a game component to this one, I'm not sure, because I know he's also been trying to put out a game. People just aren't interested. And he's just going to keep throwing it out there, and it's not going to happen. So, let's move on from this. I think that's it for Indiegogo. A few other things to talk about. First of all, Dan and Dave have a new deck out. Let's get on with that right now. It's called the Makers Special Reserve. Looks pretty cool. See if I can. No? Where is it? Oh, apparently they got their private reserve smoke and mirrors for $52. Here it is. Makers. It's a green deck. $15 each. There's also a collector's box for $98, with only 500 being produced. They also have these gold label makers, which is just, as far as I can tell, it's just a white, gold on white tuck case. Yeah, sorry, I am under the weather a bit. But anyways, it's just a gold on white tuck case, as far as I know, because I don't see any proof, any images showing that there's actually a white deck. It's a nice tuck case, a nice green color. Looks like the seal is not going to stay on very well. Here's your back design, lots of detail. Probably too many words. Like, I don't know why it's set. It needs to say 14 featured makers or anything like that on there. Here's the Ace of Spades. The court cards, I don't know who these are. They're apparently makers. Lots of detail, not a whole lot of color. And, some of them are kind of similar to it. There's some similarities between some of them, but at least they're all different. Which is nice, because a lot of the times Dan and Dave have decks that just have repeating court cards. And nice, beautiful custom pips. Completely custom deck. Here's your, I guess those are the Jokers. Pretty cool. A nice box. And like I said, if you get the collector's set, you also get the white edition. But as you can see, all we're seeing from the white one is a tuck case for gold seal, which very much leads me to believe, just like the Sons of Liberty, that it is just a different colored tuck case. And it will not surprise me at all. And I'm not going to pay $98 to get a wooden box, a second deck that I don't need, and a deck that has just a white tuck case. Anyways, very nice looking tuck case. So you can get it right now, like I said. A bit pricey though, $15 each. Ouch, that's pretty pricey. Let me just see if there's anything else here quickly. You got mail. Alright, also, we'll get a few things that are coming up. Just bear with me a minute. All right. So first of all, we got this Hannah deck from Steve Minty coming next January to Kickstarter. Looks like it's obviously inspired by Hanafuda, which are Asian, Japanese Hawaiian decks. I don't know if they're going to have poker faces or just Hanafuda faces, or if you're going to be able to get both styles. It looks like there's going to be two different colors from what I'm seeing. They do look nice, but I just don't know what kind of faces they're going to have. That's all we got so far. Of course, I'll keep you posted on that in the coming weeks. Then we got the Butterfly playing cards. It's coming November 16th, 12 p.m. Eastern Time to Indiegogo. And here's your back design. Well, part of it. It's a Butterfly playing cards. Here's your back design. It's a couple of butterflies. Pretty nice, fancy ace. Very floral back design. Borderless. Looks pretty cool. Apparently, it's being endorsed by a lot of top names in the Magic world. I will definitely be picking these up because I'm interested in checking out the quality. These are going to be produced in Belgium by Cardamundi with a new card stock that they strive to be the new highest standard of custom playing cards. So it looks like they're really trying to get into that. They do have a YouTube channel as well that you can check out. Apparently it's by Swedish magician and designer Stefan Eriksson. He's the designer of the deck. It's going to be fairly standard faces because it's made for magicians. These are some of the magicians that have commented on it, apparently. We don't know for sure, obviously. But Hector Mansell, Michael Amar, Daniel Garcia, Richard Kaufman, Assi Wind, Howard Hamburg, Jeremy Griffith, Johan Stahl, Shane Cobalt, Harpan Ong, and Doug McKenzie, of course, and Chris Kenner. Of course, some of these I'm not too familiar with, others I am. I mean, it's not like we're talking about David Blaine or David Copperfield or anything like that, but some pretty big names there anyways. I think it's pretty interesting. And I will let you know more about it next week once it launches in a couple of days. Next up, we got the Silver Arrow Black coming soon from Kings Wild. I believe it's going to be on his website, self-funded. I'm not 100% certain. Here's the back design. This is from a deck that he launched a couple years back on Kickstarter and actually failed. It was his first and only failed deck attempt because he decided he wanted to produce like 50,000 decks or 20,000 decks, whatever it was. There was a massive number of decks he wanted to produce so that he could keep the costs artificially low. A lot of people said, "Oh, well, why don't you charge, a little bit more instead of trying?" They would rather pay a little bit more instead of in order to get the deck funded and have a smaller print run and make it more limited. So then he turned around and he slapped everyone in the face and said, "Okay, well, here we go. A limited edition deck. I'm going to charge you through the roof and F you, basically." That's what you want, that's what you get. Well, no. Meet us halfway here, for fuck's sakes. Anyways, looks pretty nice. Definitely, I'm going to be picking it up. Believe this is coming Black Friday. I'm not 100% sure on the release, on the date and time. There's another one coming soon. The Gatorbacks Edition Doré. Edition Doré, I guess. Doré, however you pronounce that. It's a gold Metalux foil Gatorback deck. I don't know how limited it's going to be. Hopefully it's not too limited. Apparently it says... apparently they're also offering 10% on the website right now. Promo code MAGIC10 from November 10th through 15th. And he's going to have a new special on TV on ABC called on the 15th as well. You can check out. And I'm guessing this will be available probably the Thursday on Thanksgiving Thursday. It's Thanksgiving Thursday, right? The day before Black Friday. Or perhaps the Monday, Cyber Monday after. I'm not 100% sure. Usually he does it like the day before Black Friday though. But I will try to keep you posted on if I know. Next up, we got the Vizago deck from Nine Lives. Here it is. By Abelina Art, who did that Nine Lives deck that I reviewed recently. Wow. Okay. Not sure exactly when it's coming. But I'll keep you posted. Looks pretty interesting. And there's this new deck available at Penguin Magic. It is a green luxury expert at the card table deck, limited apparently. Here it is. It's, if you remember a few months ago, I got a white expert at the card table deck with a side opening tuck case like this one. This is the same thing except it's in green. I recommend passing it because it's very lackluster. I mean, if I can get it at no cost from collectible cards, if they make it available there, I might pick it up. But that's the only way I'll get it. Right now, $15 for one of these, no thank you. I wonder if they fixed something here. Well, it's a little bit better. The Jokers only say Joker. I remember before, it was either on the Joker or the Ace of Spades, it said Erdnaz instead of Erdnase, which is like, smack my head, smack my face, whatever you want to say. What the hell? How can you do that? But yeah, I don't even know who the producer is, if it's Aloys or who. Right now, I don't, recommend that one. There's plenty of other decks I would recommend getting before that. And I think there's one more to talk about. And that is this Marcin playing cards coming soon from RarePlayingCards.com. They're actually producing some decks now called, their new brand of designer cards is called Forge Arts in collaboration with Nikolai Arrow. I think that's how you pronounce his name, who of course has done decks under his own name and Design Imperator. And this is basically about the old myths and legends of Germania, coming to Kickstarter next January. As you can see, it's very similar to other decks from Nikolai, if you've seen some of them. It's pretty cool though, and it's one of two decks that Rare Playing Cards is bringing to us next year at least. I agree with this person though. They're too similar to the Indectus, Dominus, and Midgard playing cards that he's doing. Do something a little bit different. Don't keep doing the same style of faces and whatnot. But anyways, I might have mentioned that last week. Uh, so what we know, coming Black Friday, King's Wild Project, of course, the new deck. Of course, coming also Black Friday special is the David Blaine deck, and who knows who else is having decks. Apparently there's been a tease of apparently the Blue Wheels deck from Art of Play. You recall last year they had the red wheels. Looks like this year they're doing blue wheels. But that is that. Um, Coming to my channel this week for reviews. I don't know if I'm going to have a card trick or not. I'm going to be busy, I'm pretty sure, because the new Nintendo Classic System um, is coming. I got one coming and picking it up on Wednesday. But coming this week in reviews, you got the Jaspers deck, Memento Mori Collection, the Mandalas, the Bone deck, no Iwan, and the Imperial Gold. And next week, Superior Brand Skull and Bones, the Striptease deck, and I will also have the Lost Wax from Art of Play and the Memento Mori from Art of Play, and the VHS deck from Collectible Cards, at the very least. And I believe those are the ones I got coming. There might be other ones. Those might not be the exact ones for next week. It depends what I get. I do know that I got those three that I mentioned coming this week. I'm expecting a couple from Legends as well, so we'll see. Anyways, that is that. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.